Hello everyone, this is Jeffrey here from Catastrophe TV. I'm here to bring everyone this impromptu video that I had to prepare for rather hastily about something that was brought to my attention not that long ago, and it's something that personally deeply disturbed me quite a deal. See, being that I live here in New York, New York is known for many things, including its nightlife and, the nightlife scene, the club scene, the party scene, and whatnot. And I particularly used to partake in the rave scene, the techno, the hard style, that sort of thing. And the thing that really bothered me about this is, although at heart I'm a club person, I am a house party person, I will always be the one, in the club scene here and there. This sort of thing, it kind of threw me for a loop because prominent members of the rave scene in particular go on bashing the club scene, calling it, and I quote, boring and routine. Now, my thing personally with the outlaw rave scene is you have these group of individuals who come to these outlaw raves, particularly those that are in, abandoned parking lots and areas where they're condemned and not suitable for, people to be in. People wonder why these sort of events always attract trouble, either with people within the scene or with law enforcement and things of that matter. My thing is, although the club scene has its pros and cons, it has its ups and downs, don't get me wrong, the rave scene is not one to be bashing anyone else, because rave scene is pretty, it has its pros and cons as well. That's why I say members of any particular scene, no matter if you dress a certain way or you hang around a certain group or you do certain things, shouldn't go around bashing other people, because we're all guilty of something and no one should talk. Now, I'm sorry, but with these outlaw raves, I understand that with people understand that you're taking a risk going to these parties and things of that matter. Well, my thing is, I should not worry about going to a party to have fun and dance and be myself and let loose, and have to worry about getting arrested or getting robbed or, getting drugged or being taken advantage of and things like that. I should not have to worry about that. The reason why in the nightlife and in, these sort of things, there are rules, regulations, and standards that are upheld is because not only is it for people's safety, it's because we're just being responsible here. I'm the type of individual where, yes, on the weekends or every other weekend, after a long, hard week, I want to get away. I want to do my own thing, and I want to just unwind for a little bit. And then I know once the party's over, I have to go back to my everyday normal life. You have these individuals in the rave scene that look at parties and look at raves as this is their escape, this is their way out, and this is their lives. I'm sorry, but when we live in today's day and age where things are highly uncertain and we all need to take care of ourselves and take care of each other, what's more important to me is knowing that I have a place to call home once the party's over. Because I can sit there and party hardy all I want and have a good time, but then once the party's done, what do I have? Nothing. See, I consider myself to be a rather responsible young adult. You know, I'm not even 21 yet. Next month I will be 21. But I've worked ever since I was 14 years old. I know what responsibility is like. I know what it's like to pay bills and pay taxes and so forth and so on. So, of course, I consider myself to be a responsible person. Now, when you go on social networking sites and you begin bashing other particular scenes and other particular groups of people who, you know, did nothing to you, that makes you look like the idiot. That makes you look like a fool. And I'm tired of hearing about it. You know, and another point that I'd like to make up too is, how does one go about making rules on going to these parties and going to these events, saying don't travel in groups? You know, I'm thinking off the top of my head here. I don't have the exact list. But what is the point of it then? What is the point of having to go do so much just for a few hours to get away for a while? And what is up with the house scene, these quote-unquote rave families? You know, I'm quite familiar with the house scene, you know, particularly me in the Vogue scene. You know, I've known members in various different houses and whatnot, and I'm not knocking it if it's your thing and if you partake in that, you know, all the more power to you. But it's not for me. I don't believe that I need to be included in a group just to go out and have a good time. That just defeats the purpose of actually going out and celebrating, because celebrating is about bringing people together. It's supposed to celebrate, you know, us being unified as one and having that vibe with one another where we can get along and we can have fun and really enjoy ourselves for a period of time before we have to go back to the real world. You know, hopefully in the real world, you know, we can remain, you know, civil with one another, but when we go to party, it's separate. You know, we exclude the responsibilities of the real world for just a few hours. We get away. It's like a Calgon bath. You know, if you guys remember Calgon, you know, the body spray, it's like a vacation, you know. You go away, you escape for a little bit, and then you come back. Hopefully I've done enough ranting for one particular night, and unfortunately my very first video, other than my introduction video, had to be a rant filmed off of my sidekick, you know, right here, you know, had to be a rant off of my cell phone, but just for a way that people can understand how I feel and what's going on, because in reality, it's ridiculous. It's getting to a point where it's too much, you know. I don't know what else to say. If you guys have any input or any comments or anything, feel free to message me or leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe. You know, I will try to have new videos up every week or every 2 weeks. I cannot make too many promises, but I will try to do everything within the best of my ability. So until then, deuces.